hot too. The mics are hot right now. I'm just letting y'all know that.
Oh, you dipped in the fish grease already.
That's right. We're going.
Make sure y'all go fix y'all stuff, man. Make sure y'all go fix y'all stuff.
Yeah, we good.
They coming in here. They coming in here.
Yeah. I know they coming. They like, where it at? Yada, yada, yada. Yada, 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 yada.
Oh, yo, wow. Starting soon.
That beat is hard. What up, huh? What up, thirsty yellow baby? Man, I'm mad as hell.
What'd you say?
I said I'm mad as hell.
Come on in, y'all. Come on in. Join the party. Listen, we done put a whole damn show on before the.
Yeah, for real.
Y'all can only see behind the scenes. Was you recording that long?
Look, KFT said, y'all get stood up? Yep.
We still gonna have fun tonight, man. Y'all ready?
Are you ready for an unforgettable experience? Get ready. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's get hype.
What's going on, Cowboys Nation? Welcome to another episode of the Late Night Hype. Big Game James, Law Nation, Skywalker still with the new feel. Cowboys news and notes, rumors, draft, whatever y'all want. Let's go. Welcome, Cowboys fans, and probably some haters in the house too.
Oh, yeah.
Probably some haters in the house, you know.
Definitely some haters.
What's up, y'all? As y'all can see, there is no Mario Edwards here. Just gonna come in straight hard with it. We ain't gonna play with him. We gonna let him know he ain't here right now. Okay, guys.
Yeah, he ain't here
No,
right
but
now.
seriously, there's a lot going on, as you guys know, in Texas. That's where Mario is at. So salutes to you guys that are holding up right now. Prayers to you guys. I hope y'all are staying safe. I know it's different down there for you guys. For folks like me and James, this is normal.
Right.
For folks like Law Nation and Co., this is not. So stay safe down there, and you know, could have been part of the reason why we don't have Mario on right now, but it's all good. We're still gonna get this thing covered, right?
Yeah, we're still gonna get this thing covered. Like I said, he's in Texas. He's got family members out there. There's a lot of things going on with this Texas, with this weather. You know, I mean, shit, excuse my language. We got 10 inches out here. We had a winter storm that hit out here yesterday, and actually they called my job. So I didn't even have to work today because it was so bad out here. We had a winter storm, and we got up to 10 to 12 inches out here. So my heart goes out to everybody, all my family members out there. Everybody stay safe. Like I said, that's really one of the majority of reasons why Mario isn't able to show up, because there's a lot of things going on in Texas, especially with this weather. So we just hope everything works out there for people and him as well. So we sent the link, and hopefully we'll be able to jump. He may jump in.
He may.
We'll see. He still may jump in. We'll see.
Yeah, and Right now, pretty much Texas is not built like you guys.
Let me get your
states
mic
over
turned up
there.
a
No.
little bit, Law.
Yeah. Okay, can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's good right there. There you go.
yeah.
There you go.
All right, so
Now we got the
Texas
law
not really
boys.
built for it. You know,
Well, not
we
at
got
all.
people with water because in the house just everywhere because of the busted pipes, and people without heat and lights and stuff like that,
Yeah.
or without water. Period. So look, all we can do is pray and then hope that the heat can come by and warm up some things. But if you're in the Dallas area, my prayers and my heart goes out to you all.
Indeed,
Yeah,
man.
one last thing. I didn't mean to cut you off, Sky.
No, just say
But
indeed.
I had made a post. I was not going ham, but I was like, hey, I was seeing all my Texas family, like, you know how everybody was taking pictures of the snow. Then it got crazy. You feel me? As when people get on my post, like, hey, this ain't funny. We out here with no power. I had to say, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Sky, look, I was like, Sky.
They got on that ass.
But they got on that ass. They was like, hey, we ain't got no power. What's so funny about that? I said, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it like that. But damn, I deal with that every winter. I'm
Yeah.
not being insensitive, but I
As-
see this every winter. You feel me?
As Northeasterns, we can kind of forget that they're not used to that where we
Yeah.
are.
Right.
You know,
Right.
I mean, we get snow all the time, but they're not equipped, which is I'm not gonna say it's crazy because obviously in an area it doesn't happen, and we're kind of seeing kind of a once in a lifetime type thing right now in Texas.
Yeah, it's
but-
crazy. I
That's
never
okay.
seen Texas like that. Even when they had the with the Leon Lett game, the Thanksgiving game
Yeah,
back
it's
then.
crazy.
and I
Snow
never
in the
seen-
stadium.
And I never seen snow in the stadium. I was bugging when I seen that, so I had never seen it like that.
Yeah.
And to see it like this is way different because this is way different. I ain't never seen it hit like this.
Yeah.
Nonetheless,
Just
we are
gotta
going
be
to
prepared.
Right, we're going to try to navigate this episode, understanding that there is some serious things going on. But y'all know how we do, man. We try to bring you guys something fun to have, even in moments of craziness, right? So this is a freestyle episode, guys. So we're just going to have fun with it. We kicking back, chilling. So you got your drinks, drink up, chill with us. Got your
You got your
earphones on,
drink.
your headphones.
Drink and
Got
drink.
us on the TV. We're going to kick it, man. We're going to kick it. But shout out to everyone in the chat or my guys. Yeah, we got two of them things.
Yeah. Oh, see, y'all got them. I ain't even got mine.
got
That's all right. 024, baby. 024, baby.
I got one with a grown man drinking. I got one
Oh,
with
024.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like,
So there's a Dak Prescott fan in there. He says, I live in Plano and I'm having power just fine. Shout out to you, man. There's a lot of people
real.
that do not. So if you have
and
it,
not just Texas. There's a lot of spots got hit for real,
Yeah.
Sky.
yeah, I'm sorry, and not just Texas. I shouldn't say that. Oklahoma and the surrounding
Yeah.
states as well, and I think like 15 states really
Yeah,
are getting
like
hit. So
Nebraska.
prayers
it's
are
crazy.
with you guys. Yeah.
Prayers.
Mississippi too. Shout out to
Nobody, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, and if there was I don't know if it was I'm not being insensitive. I'll ask you if it was heat or snow. Like, would you rather freeze to death or would you burn up?
You know what's so funny? I had this conversation with my lady.
Because burning up is really
But
Are
no,
you
when you
talking about
freeze, you
being
get
on
freeze
fire,
burn,
or
too.
are you
Oh,
just
but-
talking about being cold or being hot?
I'm talking about somebody set you on fire, you freezing.
Oh
to
nah,
death.
bro, I'm not trying to die from fire. No.
But one gonna be fast and one gonna be slow.
They both slow to me.
Wait a minute.
You feel every
you-
cinch of
You
that.
feel- wait, dog, you feel all that fire.
All
though,
that
right?
fire.
No. You
I'm
ever
not-
seen Terminator when he was going down in that damn heat? He was like,
Oh yeah.
I was like, I'm gonna get right. I'm going to church that Sunday.
Oh no, but
I'm sorry,
but
fam.
slow, but a slow cold
Listen,
though.
dog.
I'm stepping out in that Hulk though. You know when you got to run out to that car right
Oh,
quick,
yeah.
Sky, and you like, oh, get back here. I feel sorry for the people ain't got a crib today.
You know what? That's
But
tough. too.
freeze do burn though. Freeze
It do turn into the burn.
It burns.
See, we didn't think about the freezing part. We did with the water. Did you drown or fire? I said I would drown. I'd rather drown. I don't
rather
like
drown.
fire, fam.
I'd rather drown.
I'd
Wait
rather
a minute. With
I'd
your
rather
full
drown.
control, with the ability to move, or drowning like this, just stuck.
It don't matter.
It don't matter. I'll
I'd
take
rather
the drowning
at least
period of fire. I'll take it. The
Oh.
drowning is gonna hurt, but I'm not taking fire. But to be froze to death, put me in a freezer. I don't know, dog. That's tough.
Come on, man.
That's you making unthaw out, man. Like they say they got Michael in the freezer. You know, he making unthaw out in 20, 30 years.
Tupac over there in the freezer too. They probably like, is this the hype? This is the type of hype that you get if we had just a regular ass late night podcast. You don't even see us.
Like we're just talking.
We just be
it.
talking, dog. Y'all should have
hold
seen.
on.
We went 40
I
minutes
seen
before this episode talking shit.
Yeah. I seen somebody say something about Keywan. I'm burning for Keywan Short. You put that big boy, you know. Hey, I didn't know he was out there on the market.
He's been hurt for 2 years, dog.
He's been hurt?
All right,
okay. I just didn't know. I didn't know.
Might as well jump on in.
Jump on in there. Get in there. I didn't know Keywan Shorts was out there on the market.
Y'all want to go? Y'all want to go there?
Let's go there.
All right, let's get into some football real quick, man. Oh, yeah.
Let's slide with it.
Slide with it.
Yeah, I like that.
Slide with it.
That's good stuff right there. You know, I love
that.
some
I
music.
like that one, Scott. You be bringing some good stuff.
Yeah, we got to keep the mood going. You know, gotta keep the mood going.
Yeah. I forgot. Hey, Mr. DJ.
Yeah, a little something. See, don't get me stuck. Don't get me started on this thing. Ladies! This is what y'all get when we get flaked. But, no, seriously, you brought up a post earlier, James.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to let you start off with this because I got some thoughts on K1 Short.
Okay.
But I'm going to let you start off with it because you were fair with it. You said, okay, listen, I'm thinking in the Joneses' mind.
Right.
I'm thinking like the Cowboys.
Right.
If K1 Short is available,
right,
would you go get him? Why or why not?
Me personally, I'm cool on that because I think, he's 32, last 2 years, not a lot of games. He was pretty much healthy before that. And now he's been very productive, but I just feel like that is past with him. You know what I'm saying? Like when he was with, when the Denver Super Bowl, when he was dominant, those type of things, I was like, Keywan Short was a dog. But now I just feel like he's not that guy anymore. But he would be a name that the Cowboys say, hey, Keywan Short, he was with the Panthers. He did this and he's that, and he's going to be cheap. Let's bring him on in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would think how the Cowboys would think. They'll say, yeah, that'd be a guy that we would look at. But me personally, I just feel like he ain't that dude any longer, so I would be cool on him.
What about you, Love? Thoughts?
Well, is he better than Antoine Woods, Justin Hamilton? Who else we got out there?
That's it.
That's it, right? That's it. So is he better than those two? Can he compete? Not saying that he will be given the position, but will he be able to compete? Because my thing is, like I said before, when Antoine Woods got mad and said, hey, we'll see about it. You know. We'll see about it. and I said, dog, all I wanted you is for 15 to 20 snaps, man.
You are so funny, Lo. Hey, Sky, you a beast with the new caption.
Like that?
Yes, I loved it.
We're having fun tonight, man.
Yeah, man. So I just want competition to get in here and see how we can make some things shake.
Listen, no, I'm over it. I'm over it. I'm tired of these old, aging, injury-prone veteran dudes that got histories with injury. First of all, he ain't played since like 2018.
You feel me?
He ain't played since 2018. I can't have that.
Nothing.
And listen, I'm subject to change my mind on things, but I started the off season like almost the day after the season was over. I said, the first thing I don't want to do is go out and get more Gerald McCoys, because McCoy was the name, right? McCoy was like, let's bring McCoy back. I'm like, no, for what? For why? He's 33. He's injured. Listen, if y'all would have came to me in the offseason and said that there was a clause in Gerald McCoy's contract that said, hey, if that thigh gives, you're getting cut, I would have said, why the hell was he on this team in the first place? It makes no sense. Stop playing at defensive tackle. There are legitimate options in free agency to go get that can help this team now and for the long run. There's a difference between getting a mercenary, Ndamukong Suh, and getting a Band-Aid.
Right.
A Band-Aid got blood on it, it's dirty, it's trifling, you're going to take it off and throw it away. A mercenary getting paid to go kill somebody. Can I get an amen?
Amen. And you too. We don't condone violence. If we just said,
Yeah, figuratively speaking here.
Figuratively speaking.
Still throwing grenades on you.
Figuratively speaking.
Hell yeah, I'm feeling that, Sky, and just like you said, I mentioned a guy that I was looking at that I thought that could be an addition. I don't think that would be one of those tread tires. I've been bringing him up, Jonathan Hankins from Las Vegas. 6'2", he's 300, he's 325, and he's 28. He hasn't. If you look at his career, he played last 2 years every game.
Right.
He's only missed one time where he had 9 games, but he started all those 9 games. He had an injury. But if you look at his games from since he's been in the league, he has played pretty much his whole career, hasn't missed games. And when we remember, he played with the Giants. Yep. So him and Snacks, they was giving us fits because he got drafted in 2013. He was giving us fits with Snacks in that middle for a little time being.
He ain't even 30 yet.
No, he's 28 or 29.
Honestly, I'd much rather have Jonathan Hankins than K'Wan Short. Mm-hmm. This is Jonathan Hankins snaps over the last 6 seasons. 665 snaps, 670, 573, 687, 766. That man plays. Mm-hmm. And he plays fairly well. And he comes kind of cheap.
He comes at a cheap price, that which the Cowboys would like. He's still young. He can play that one tech. And he had like 48 tackles last year. Now, he's not going to get you a high amount of sacks, but what he is going to do, he's going to hold that pocket. I think he can push it, and he's going to keep the linebackers clean, and that's what you want. And then you can still draft a couple of good defensive tackles in the draft bar where we are slated in the draft, so I would feel good about that.
I felt like, I feel like we've had this conversation, and James, about Jonathan Hankins before.
I think we did.
I think it was last year we had it.
I think we wanted him before. When we knew they weren't going to go after big dudes, and then last year they came in with the new regime and they said we want big bodies. We were like, oh, Jonathan Hankins.
Yep. Yeah. And you know what else? He plays with the Raiders, and that's a pipeline with the Cowboys. That's why I think it would be a good signing as well, because the Raiders and Cowboys swap players a lot. So I think that'll be a familiarity with the, it wouldn't be like, oh, we don't know this whole team. They have, they work with each other. So I think that would be a smooth move.
I agree with you. Law, tell us about, it's kind of a hard shift. Do you want to give your thoughts, though, before I go here on K'Wan Short? I don't think we got yours.
Oh, well, I was just saying that, hey, bring him in if he's better. But from what you guys were saying, that he's probably not. And it's something that we will probably, in the draft, need to really take a real good look at one tech. Somebody that we can groom along and bring along.
I agree. Here's the thing. I think healthy Short is definitely better than what we have. But the thing is, I don't want to – honestly, James, this is probably something that right up the Cowboys' alley. But I don't want them to be like, okay, we went out and got K'Wan Short. We're good. We don't got to address DT till round 5.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
No. Now, if you go out and you go get, obviously, Dalvin Tomlinson or Jonathan Hankins, I could be okay, I could wait on DT till round 3, round 4. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to sign Jonathan Hankins to like a 3-year deal. If you're getting him to be a mercenary, then you cannot rule out defensive tackle in any round. Maybe first, but Barmore might be a guy they're interested in. But nonetheless, unless they're going to go out and sign a futures guy in free agency, then the mercenary or the old injured player shouldn't affect what you do in the draft. But it's Dallas. They love to plug holes so they don't have to reach in the draft. And I hate to call it a reach, but dog, we need a DT. And you got to stop playing at that position.
Well, Scott, to your point here, I do agree with the free agency that you want to be able to fill in some of those needs. But I think that the Cowboys are doing they're epically well. They do this on this type of level. They always go so low, though. I think that they need to just step it up just a little bit so get a quality player versus the one that's on the cheap aisle.
Shout out. We got a couple super chats here. Let me get to those real quick. Sorry, guys. Appreciate you guys. Super chats. By the way, for DCN, all super chats will be entered in the giveaway for this month. So, Lamont, appreciate you. Lamont with the $2.99 donation. He says, why not grab both Short and Hankins for depth? Now that I'll be with. I would totally love something like that because now you're not asking Short to play 55 snaps. You're asking him to you give Short Antoine Wood snaps, Law, cooking. You're cooking.
Yeah, because then you're doing like a 15 to 20 snap, and that's
I'm not relying on him. If he goes down, I'm not like, oh my God, we lost Short. When you got Hankins, maybe even still Woods, but I doubt all three of those will probably coexist.
I'm gonna be honest though, Sky. I didn't mean to cut you off on that, but even if you got a Hankins, I still don't want to wait till like a fourth. I don't want to go lower than the third. The only reason why is because when I keep looking at these defensive tackles in this draft, for so many years we have always wanted to get one early, but we're always in that 17th or 18th round and we always miss them. This is a draft where if we stay where we're at, we can finally get this defensive tackle that we want, and we can get a couple of them. So I really hope we don't miss out on these D tackles because I'm feeling better about this class more and more. It's not a dominant class, but it is an athletic class. It's some big boys in there with some athletic traits, and we can really scoop a couple of them and feel really good walking out here with that.
For clarity, are we speaking about one text more so?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Because I do.
There's threes in there too.
Oh, there's some threes.
but there's some good ones.
But I think a lot of us would kind of agree that I think we got our future at 3 tech, right, Law? We got future guys. Tristan Hill, Neville. I feel like they're pure threes. Let's see what we got. What we don't have is a 1. Not even 1. Unless you count Antoine Woods on a restricted free agency. But, you know.
And I got to say this, too, before you go into that. I see a lot of people saying McCoy. I thought to look at McCoy as a bridge guy for last year for the guys that's on his team now, like the Tristan and as well as Navell. So by that year being removed and bringing him back, that's like walking backwards to me. And I think that McCoy also, he changed his diet. He lost a lot of weight. So I don't know whether or not it's going to acclimate to what he's trying to do or what we're trying to do with this team. So he can bring something to the table, but I would not depend on it. I think the Cowboys should say that that's water under the bridge and be done with it.
How can you feel excited about it, knowing that you're getting a 33-year-old dude who is one wrong move away from being out?
And he's just not. And honestly, the McCoy thing is kind of like, you're 1 year, you're like, okay, yeah, McCoy. But now the next year, like, okay, that was McCoy.
I was excited for last year, James, because I didn't know there was a injury issue there.
Yeah.
If you look at the games played, he played a ton throughout his career.
Yeah. Right.
But they obviously are privy to information we are not. And they were privy to the fact that he had a problem with his, quad?
And it went out.
And it went out. Boop. Quincy Sands, a $3 donation, said Rankins from the Saints. That's who Zach Martin could not block. Rankins, now that's a 3 tech there, but he's a beast. Yeah. I'm all for 3 tech if it's a real ass upgrade, like Shelby Harris. Rankins is.
Yeah, Rankins is definitely. But you know what, too, Scott? I want to ask you this, and I want to ask you this, Law. You know how I like Tristan Hill, and I've not moved away from him. But I'm gonna be very honest with you. This is year 3. Tristan, there can't be no what ifs, maybes, coulda, shouldas. This needs to be that year where you need to show improve. Absolutely. And I would like to get a 3 tech from, even if I love to get the 1, but I would like to get a guy who can, like a Marvin Wilson, who can play 1 and 3, because I do want somebody to push Tristan Hill, because I want the best out of him, but he needs to get pushed, in my opinion, because when I saw Neville Gallimore, from his beginning of the season to his end of the season, he took a big leap.
Right.
So when I see him this year, I'm expecting big things out of Gallimore because of how quick I seen the leap happen in the middle of the year. And by the way he practices and plays, his attitude, he just kind of has that it stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying by judging by Tristan Hill because he doesn't talk or anything. We had my boy on here, Brandon Tucker, and he said, hey, don't look at all that because he's about that life. But I just need to see if the Tristan, and I needed somebody still to come on after him, be like, I'm still going to push you. So if you slip a little bit, I can have your spot. So competition brings the best out of you.
Thoughts on Tristan Hill, Law?
I wanted to be just like when Brian Broaddus jumped on the show. He said there's no sponsors in the building. I want that continue to happen by Dan Quinn looking at this particular team and looking at Tristan Hill and saying, okay, you was drafted. You was a quote unquote the first pick for the Dallas Cowboys in that year because they had Amari Cooper. So you was their first pick. So you got to showcase something. So my thing is with Tristan, this got to be the year. Now, one thing I can say about Quinn, he did Grady Jarrett. He was drafted in the 5th or the 6th round, and he progressed year after year. Yeah. So I hope that if Quinn can develop these guys to have that type of magic, developing somebody that we can get or develop the people that we already got on this front four, and maybe just maybe we'll look at this outcome differently for this year.
Yeah, Tristan Hill, I think we talked about it a long time ago after his injury. I tried to put the brakes on a little bit. Maybe I was in a minority at the time. I was like, slow down. I know he had a few splash plays in his second year, but I don't think he's a guy that's you just stamp as, when I say the future, I mean like, oh, we don't need to worry about ever looking for an improvement. Like I said, if there's an upgrade available and you feel confident in that guy, I'm getting him. You know? Now, Gallimore would be my one. He's my number 1 3 tech right now. Then, like you said, James, somebody to push Tristan. Year 3 is the year. You got to show me. You got to show me in year 3. And if you get hurt, that's just tough luck.
And you a 2nd round pick.
In the draft, if the ball falls to where its BPA is a 3 tech, and it's one of those, like you said, if you want to put Marvin Wilson at 3 tech, even though I think he play 1, so be it. So be it. Tristan is not this regime's guy. That's a Rob Marinelli cat. That's why his name was always brought up on trades, you know. But I don't think the front office was going to trade him because he was a 2nd round pick, and you're not going to get back a 2nd round pick. So it's like, let's see what we can get. If we can get some type of value out of Tristan Hill. But let's give him a shot. He matured. We know he has the athletic gifts. We know that. We saw a little bit of improvement in his strength. We've seen his improvement in his maturity. So let's see what happens. But there's nothing wrong with competition.
For sure. Hey, I got a question. I got a super chat right here.
Yep.
From Chevron Wilson. I don't know if I said the first name right.
I apologize. I missed that. Let me see. Here it goes.
It just came up. It says, "Do you think this?" I think it's a good question too. So, do you guys think that Steven wants homegrown talent just to keep contracts cheap because he doesn't like the big name free agents?
Pretty much
He's
came out
record.
and said that.
Yeah.
He literally came out and said he does not like to spend on other people.
He said, we ain't overspending no more.
Yeah. He said in free agency you pay average players good money, good players great money, and he doesn't like to do it. Which he should have shut his mouth.
Yeah.
If he felt that way, he should have kept that there, because now I think because he's on record, he feels as though he has to live up to that law. And that's why he's not going out there and signing these guys.
Follow the trend, follow the patterns. When he do sign people, he says this each and every time. We made movements in the free agency. We signed our own guys. So don't be scared and don't be feared. Don't be alarmed when we see Jordan Lewis, Xavier Woods, Cheeto Woozier. Who else out there on the team that's
well, you already seen that contract come up. Yeah. We already talked about it before, on the hype.
I was going to segue to something else. You want to segue into Xavier?
Oh, no. It wasn't a segue piece. I was just saying that's just
look at Scott.
I swear to God. If we sign Xavier Woods,
we like our guys.
I don't know what I can't. I mean, listen, y'all.
You knew it was going to happen, Scott. We talked about it. Well, you knew it was going to happen. We talked about it, and guess what? Did we say this?
Well, first of all, the article is not saying the Cowboys are going to sign. And what we're talking about is there's somebody wrote an article. Hey, what if the Cowboys sign Xavier Woods? And there's other people, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of bloggers, a lot of writers are saying it's a possibility. Right. Xavier Woods, Cheeto, and Lewis are all possibilities because we talked about how, I think you were saying it, James, one of those three are probably coming back.
One of them, yeah.
One of them is coming back.
One of those three is probably coming back. I'm hoping like goodness it ain't Woods. But the article came out, Xavier Woods, $25 million. It ain't $25 million a year. I think it was a 4-year deal, $25 million, averages below $7 million a year. You know what I'm saying? 6 something, some change. To me, still too much, Law. Still too much. You got a guy who literally came out and said that he doesn't go 100% because it ain't possible. Strike one. Then you put on the tape, and it shows strike two. And then you see that he's plateaued. There was a small ascension, second year, third year, and then it was just plateaued. He's not gotten better. So why would I bring that guy back? You can get that guy in free agency for cheap. You can probably get that guy in the draft.
In the draft, right?
So, no, I'm good off of him. Y'all thoughts, though, on Xavier Woods?
Well, I'm mad at Xavier Woods because I wrote I took my time when I wrote these articles on you, Xavier. And I said,
Calling by his government, Xavier.
You feel me? I said, why not? I said, why can't he be our Earl Thomas? I put it out there, Xavier. I was on your train when you got drafted. I was mad. Okay, I was mad in 2017 when they picked Ryan Switzer. I was mad because I had you in my mock. I said they picked Ryan Switzer. Now we're gonna lose Xavier Woods. I was yelling. I was mad. That's how I was backing you, doing all this for you. And even when you dropped the interceptions, I was still on your train. Like Xavier Woods, he gonna be okay. He gonna be okay. Even my homeboy just busted me out. He said, "Oh, you off the train now?" He said, "You off the train because you was on that train." Thank you, Xavier. But I will say I fought for you, but I can no longer fight for you, dog. When you said you don't go hard, I'm a person I'm a hard worker, and I don't like people that are a little bit lazy. That don't have it in my body. So when I heard that, it was just like, okay. And then I still see you dropping interceptions, bro. I still see you missing tackles now. I still see you taking bad angles. Come on, Xavier, man. Come on, Cowboys. If you do this, I just gonna say, yep, same old Cowboys.
Hey, JoJo funny. He said Wood should get 75% of what he asked for. He gonna go into the negotiation room. Yeah, Xavier. No, we don't go 100% on these contract negotiations. No, so you want $6 million? How's 2?
You sound just like
How about y'all doing like Cole Beasley? We ain't even offering you. There ain't no offer.
But you know
that ain't even no offer.
You know Jerry Wayne. Oh, I'm sorry. Jerry Wine Jones and Steven Jones. All Xavier Woods got to do is go buy him go buy him a case of Johnny Walker Blue. Go into that office. Say, I got a shot for you, boss. And they just start taking shots. They're having a good time. He'll walk out there with that contract. I guarantee you.
Why you think Dad said, Jerry, I'm not going to the negotiation room with you, fam. Right. I'm sending my agent in there because you'll school me. Right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Mm-hmm. But let me ask you this though. When Anthony Brown got his little money, right? And it's not little money because if we had it, we'd be happy, you know. But when he got his paycheck, his bag, we didn't see that coming, didn't we?
No. I predicted. I'm not that I told you guys, but the only reason why I'm saying this is because I made a video that stated 4 Cowboys that should or will return, and it was Looney, Joe Thomas, Ty Forbath, and Anthony Brown, and they all returned. Because I looked at AB as that 4th guy who could be your starting slot if need be, and it'd be super cheap. And that's exactly what happened, except for he was the starting slot all year.
Right.
And then Cheeto got hurt. They moved him to the outside, and he was getting cooked. He played better towards the end, but I'm looking to move on from Anthony because I could use that money to go sign somebody else. I'm ready to start over.
Cheeto. Just like I said, bring back Cheeto. If you cut Brown, I think you saved like almost $3 million.
Something
you
like
can re-sign Cheeto or get somebody in, you know, and you still bringing back Morris Canada. You got some guys coming back. You still got some guys in the fold. I'm not saying they're dope or anything.
I know, but there was an article that
I'd like to see that little bit of Saul Quish restoration. I'm sorry, I got a little bit excited. I do want to see more of that big gazelle out there when he was standing over top of AJ Green like that. I can't front. So, you know, I'd like to see those. But out of all those guys, for me, I wouldn't mind Cheeto coming back. I know people be hating on him, but Cheeto would be a guy that I would be cool with coming back with a contract.
So you got Cheeto over Lewis and Woods, right? So
yes.
I'm with you on that.
I would cool with Cheeto coming back.
Yeah, I remember before somebody asked us a while ago, of the three, who would you bring back? As if you had a gun in my head, I'd bring back Cheeto. But more so, I wanted to see him at safety. But if I had to put him at corner, I could live with it. However, I'm getting my corner in the draft.
For sure. And wouldn't you feel good? Let's say we got Farley, right? If you had a Farley, a Diggs, and you had a Cheeto, you gonna be mad at that because you got Cheeto on the line? People need to understand. This is what people. My bad, Sky.
No. You said those three people. I'm wondering who would play a slot.
What people need to do with me, in my opinion, with Cheeto is let that go that he was a second-round draft pick and they were thinking he was going to be the guy. He ain't that dude no more. Stop thinking about that like with him. Just think of him being a cornerback, a good serviceable cornerback with the Cowboys, and you ain't going to pay him a lot of money. When you put that in your head, you ain't going to get mad at Cheeto no more. You know what I'm saying? Because you keep thinking about where he was drafted and what he was probably supposed to do, and he's not doing that. He has not been a bad corner in his time in Dallas. He has not been a bad corner. He hasn't.
He's not been. But would I like to kind of start over? I would, because I want to get cheap labor. Whereas if I sign Cheeto back, I don't know that Cheeto's signing for long term. He's probably signing to be that bridge, right, to your pick or to your multiple picks. Don't be surprised if they double dip there, and possibly moving Reggie Robinson back. Somebody mentioned it in the chat. Shout out to I gotta play. I haven't played it all night, but for all these super chats in there.
Super chat.
Got you. The 94 is Haley Ware Gregory. I'm guessing that's Haley Ware 94. He switches his name up a few times. Shout out to you, brother, with the $5 donation. He says, "Is this the exception year? The year where middle players on this defense sign closer to the minimum?" I'd offer the minimum to all those dudes, but let's be real. They're probably gonna say thank you, but no thank you, and go sign somewhere else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Cheeto, and I know they're not gonna, because they'll have. I feel like they're not gonna have a crazy market. None of them. But I feel like they'll have I think people will look at Jordan Lewis. I think people will give a Jordan Lewis a chance, because I feel like they seen some little bit in him. A Brown, I think he could get a job, but he ain't gonna be nowhere doing anything or starting anywhere. You feel me? But Cheeto, I think Cheeto can get some money on the market. Y'all can say people be hating on him.
Let me see. Guess what his market rate is, Big Game?
What's his market rate?
You can put a guess out there.
7, 6?
9.5. I'm gonna go high.
South of that.
Okay. Then that's about right then.
Yeah, it's right. 8.5. 8.5 is his market. So if the Cowboys sign him, it'll be a $34 million contract.
That's the funny money.
4 years,
okay,
4 times 8, $34 million contract. That's according to Spock.
I wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't.
Not even because of the money, James. The years.
Right.
4 years, $34 million.
You signed 4 years, $34 million. That's my second starting cornerback, and I swear I can get that guy in the draft. I get a better guy probably.
That will put him in the likings of a Kendall Fuller, a Trayvon Young, and a Steven Nelson.
Yeah.
That's what they based his contract and his production value off of.
Something, man. I ain't got the money.
I'm not. But see, I think James or Law, why his market is there is because he plays a money 5 position.
Right.
Corner, tackle, wide receiver, quarterback, pass rusher. But if you play a money 5 and you're not atrocious, there's a market for you. But man, if somebody, now all it takes is one team to offer that contract. Mm-hmm. Somebody might look at his tape and say, I could make something out of him.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he's what, 25? He's not old. He's a young buck. He athletic. It doesn't matter. We've seen it time and time again, fellas, where a team that says, "Was another one man trash, another man treasure." Look at it and say, "You was over there doing that, but I can get you over here, and I can get you better than you were over there." And we have seen, but let's not act like we ain't seen guys leave Dallas and all of a sudden they turning up.
Yeah, that's another one. You were absolutely right.
Because Cheeto on the Kansas City Chiefs, he probably be
turning up
over there.
Turning up. We like, damn, man, why can't you do it over here?
Not bad. That's not bad. You listen, I hate to even think about that. Shout out to MJ. Says, I like this, man. Cool content. I subbed. So whomever you sub to, appreciate you, brother.
We definitely appreciate you.
There's a guy I kind of want Law to go in on. I know not go in like in a bad way. We all know this guy.
Oh, I was about to say.
We all know it's kind of a little bit of a hardship. It's a free agent question. Not question, but free agent statement, whatever. A famous player, Hall of Famer, Runaby, was cut out of Houston Texans, and J.J. Watt. And that name was thrown out a lot to Dallas. How realistic is it? Who knows? But should it be a realistic name in Dallas's eyes, Law?
Cup of coffee, brewing hot.
Cup. I'm about to say cup. You give him the whole damn pot.
Give him the whole pot.
You give him, if he come into your building, you give him the whole pot.
That means you're gonna say, okay, Alden Smith, we love you, man, but hey, we got this JJ guy. You know, maybe that would be the situation, but I don't think so. I would look at JJ Watt as a guy that he will have to be this person that come in as a rotational piece. I think that he can still win on his one-on-ones. I think his explosion is still there as far as this release. It's just the fact that can he stay healthy, and will he come in at the best rate as it relates to money? Now, he did lament the fact that he want to go to a contender, not a pretender. So that could be a situation whereas we would know more about that. And D-Law already said, hey, come to us. He's begging for these guys to come out there. He's doing more recruiting than our front office. And our front office, word on the street, said that they not even looking into the J.J. Watt for right now.
Which is bogus to me. But so you said as a rotational guy.
Rotation.
What? Really?
Rotate them things, baby.
I wouldn't put him at no. He my guy. He would be my starter. He would be playing.
You want Randy because he can play left or right.
No. I'm moving him inside.
If you had Tyrone Crawford, you playing him in the middle. He's not playing no end. He's playing.
I'm moving him inside, and I'm using him as a flex guy.
That's where I would rotate.
That's your 3-tech right there. Now, remember I said if I can get me a 3-tech, that is an upgrade. Shelby Harris or JJ Watt, then
and he can slide that one.
Then okay, Neville, you my rotation with the 3-tech. Like you my backup guy because I got an absolute upgrade. Basically, he played 5-tech, which is on the edge, but I mean he also slid in sometimes, and he can definitely play DE full time. But you could slide JJ inside, man. You can do it.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go ahead and kill that stat because. Law said two things, which
Steve don't like it.
Steve, he said two things.
I put him anywhere on that.
Go, James. I know I can tell James ready to go.
Right, we already talked about it, Law, a couple of days ago when I said about the JJ. When was his name dropped? I said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and kill it because he said contender. That don't put Dallas in there. Okay, Dallas ain't won. Been 2 years removed and barely made it then. On the heels, and then before that missed it before that. So it ain't like the Cowboys been going to the playoffs year in and year out. You're leaving a team with dysfunction already. Deshaun Watson, coming with a team with the unknown with Dak Prescott. He's not. You don't know. So and you coming in, you JJ Watt. This is the end of your career. This probably your last contract. You're gonna want to get paid on your last deal. Dallas ain't paying you. Dallas ain't paying you no money.
What if it's a mercenary type of deal, like? Give it 1 year, big money.
I would love to see Stephen Jones have them things down there and do it. I don't think he got them things. They little.
I ain't gonna.
They're tiny. Hey, what happened to all of the sponsorship deals? Why you can't just throw some sponsorship deals at him?
Oh yeah, right. He's in Dallas. He's playing for Dallas.
Yeah.
So you talked about JJ Watt kind of playing on rotation. A man played over 1,000 snaps last year.
He did, yeah.
We can't kill him.
I want to limit that though.
I feel you.
Oh yeah, I want to preserve it a little bit. I still want to see. All right, is this a contingent upon you going to keep Alden Smith too, and just make that thing dominate and just have a NASCAR situation? What you want to do?
You're probably either or. In that sense, I'd pay him. You know what? I don't care where you play him. Quite frankly, he's that good.
Yeah, just get him in the building.
Just get him in the building.
He's going to the Browns.
Yeah, that's the reports, the rumors right now.
I'm looking at him. I mean, they're going to pay him. And because the two things that he said. Oh, I like that. Two things that he said when he talked about the Browns. He said, you know what? I like how they're trending up. They just made the playoffs. They got a young team. I like where they're headed. And this was the key. And they got money.
Browns got a little money.
Colts got money too.
They still got some money.
I think Dallas is going to be on a far end of his options.
Why would he?
Yeah.
But Big Game James, would that be considered he being greedy? Why he being greedy?
No, listen.
I thought he made his money already.
Be honest. If you're a player, Sky, you're JJ. Why are you coming to Dallas?
I don't like y'all attitude.
You don't like
Damn attitude together.
Sorry, JJ. I'm sorry.
I don't like your attitude.
There can only be one JJ in town.
Y'all know y'all ain't coming
Jerry
down.
Jones.
I thought I heard somebody or read something that said he didn't want to leave the state of Texas. Maybe he was just saying. Maybe he was just saying like, it's gonna be sad to leave y'all. But
No, he's that. If anything, that's that hedge where they use Dallas, knowing damn well he ain't sniffing it.
yeah.
What number will he wear if he comes to Dallas?
You think Twaka? Yeah, all right.
All right, okay, doctor. Okay,
Yeah,
I
all right.
don't know.
But you know what? But you know what? He probably will put up a fight for it.
Yeah, he probably.
We'll
see about
You ain't
that.
going Debo.
I like
much
to see
money
that.
y'all pay for that fight?
Yeah, I would definitely. I would love to watch that fight.
Well, if Twaka like what, 5'11",
He about
5'10"?
5'10".
Hey, but he's in the jungle. Twaka in the jungle.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Yo,
I'm not
baby.
saying bro don't got
Twaka-
hands. He might have hands, but I'm just saying it look
JJ
funny.
Watt a little too.
It looked like Butterbean versus Lennox Lewis. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Hey, you see JJ Watt? He's like, man, I'll eat you like a burrito.
Twaka, you know, it's so funny because he got them little T-Rex arms, so he be like, them little ass T-Rex arm, boy. He be getting busy sometimes.
You know he might be listening to the show.
Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to get him on the show. I hit him up.
You hit him up.
I hit him up.
I personally, I
We'll
think it'd
see
be
about
better because then we can really talk it because he like to talk shit.
What up, Stu?
We can really talk it on here.
Yeah.
But who will win though? I want to see in the chat box, man.
I think we would win the talking shit.
About who will
I
win,
think you're talking about a
JJ or Twaka?
Oh.
I got a feeling Twaka might try him.
I
Might.
think
Twaka
win.
might get him.
That's
'cause,
wrong.
You know,
I
he
shouldn't say
from
that.
Compton. He
That's
from
so
Compton,
wrong.
ain't
But he do. But
Compton. Yeah.
I
just
feel like
like
he'd try to scoop him and bring him down to his level.
Twaka would get him, dog.
Take them knees out.
Yeah. JJ Watt big, but Twaka, I just feel like that I keep on saying the jungle.
The wide.
I know.
Yeah.
No. That's funny. Versus. I might do a versus series. Versus Twaka versus JJ Watt. Wink said Antoine Woods got them rock'em sock'em arms.
I mean, he do, dog. He like a big little bowling ball.
All
I'm
the
saying,
grab
when you see him up close, he's short as everything, but he just
tree stump. You know, just wide.
Yeah.
yeah.
Get tree stump. Get tree stump. What's up, James? All y'all still rolling through here. We had to call an audible. There was some. I mean, had to call an audible. There was some issues going on with the weather down there. Our guy couldn't come through, but that's okay, man. We're having this is a freestyle, great show so far, man. The chats it's been dope. Guys been giving some good fire with their statements and answers or what have you, and we having some fun, man. But we're gonna switch it up right quick. We're gonna go to the offensive side of the ball because there was an interesting Instagram post that I want to talk about that will probably spark a lot of different things here, but I kind of want to keep it within this position group. So give us like 20 seconds real quick, and then we're gonna hop into that one. That joint jam.
Yeah, it does. Take it out and bring it back in.
That joint jam.
Bring
All
that
right.
people.
Dak Prescott. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
Hey, somebody put in the chat how long it took. How long it took before we mentioned Dak? How many minutes we've been live?
Mute.
I thought it would be no Dak.
I just
No
play.
Dak
I just play.
talk.
I mean, this really ain't Dak talk. It's more Blake Jarwin. Blake Jarwin came out and said, man, he wants to run it back.
Bring it back.
Dak Prescott said that's the only way I see it. Now, I'm not putting this up here to talk about Dak. I'm actually bringing this up here to bring up a guy that I think is just getting disrespected left and right, and it's my man, Blake Jarwin. Okay? I'm in the Blake Jarwin hive. I am. I don't like to be in no hives, but and Wink probably about to have an aneurysm right now, but I think Blake is going, if healthy, obviously, you can't have a freak injury, can be a phenomenal tight end in this league, especially because of his growth at the position and the quarterback he has and how he'll be used here with the weapons around him. Nonetheless, Kyle Pitts is a freak, right? Like he's a ridiculous freak.
Super freak.
Here's my take on it, fellas. After countless, times watching Kyle Pitts, watching the tape, I'm pretty steadfast and I'm firm on this. He's a wide receiver.
Right.
That's just how I feel.
Right.
I fully believe this man could be a beast at wide receiver. And if I'm going to put him on the team, I put him on the team not to push Blake Jarwin away, but to replace Michael Gallup. So, again, I bring this up because I wanted to bring up tight end talk and get your thoughts on Blake. So I'll start with you, James. Where do you see Blake Jarwin fitting next year? And is something like this where Dak says that's the only way I see it? Is this tea leaves that, hey, we're all talking about tight end or Kyle Pitts, but Cowboys really talking about tight end? Definitely after with Dalton Schultz showed that he could be a little decent.
Well, with Blake Jarwin, I've been on Blake Jarwin since he came with the Cowboys 2017, undrafted. He got hurt his first year, and the Eagles tried to poach him. I already liked him, and that raised my eyebrows when they didn't. So I really watched some more tape on him. Like, I really like this dude. For me with Blake Jarwin, like I said, I've always liked him. But this year, like I said, this is the year you got hurt. You have to be healthy this year and prove that you are the guy, because we haven't seen a full 16 games of Blake Jarwin being the man. We have to be able to see that. So there is a little bit of doubt right there. Now, I really do like the way Dalton Schultz came in on the back end, but to me, I'm just keeping it real. Dalton Schultz is regular, okay? He's still regular what he did.
He's good depth.
I ain't even gonna call him Jason Witten, but when I watched him, he Witnish. Okay, when I watched him, he Witnish with the quick patterns, catch it, turn, tackle.
That's
he
how
get you a few yards.
He can break some tackles.
I know but he Witnish. Okay,
He's not a yak. He's not a yak guy. That's the problem.
Schultz. That's what he is. Yeah.
He just a little Witnish. But but when we talking about Pitts, bruh, we already know. I like some Blake Jarwin. But, bruh, you get Pitts, you bring him in that building, you get him, and, dog, you just feel like, man, I can do so many things. Like you said, Sky, dog, I'll put you a receiver, I'll put you tight, I'll do whatever I want with you. And when you got that, and just like you said with Michael Gallup, and you talked about it again, if you add somebody like a Pitts or a third, like another receiver, like a Jamar Chase or something like that, dog, I'm already out there saying, what's up with Michael Gallup out there, y'all? What can I get for him? I don't care.
Right. Here's a tidbit. Pitts was actually in transition to be a wide receiver. And what happened at Florida is that the room was just too crowded.
Right. So they said
just play tight end. But he was practicing with the receivers. He was doing the receiver drills. He was training to be a receiver.
Look how he's
watch
built.
how he runs the routes and runs. He's a receiver.
Yeah. And them dudes, he be cooking them safeties, dog. When he get in that open field, and he got a mean stiff arm, boy.
He got a stiffy, and then the linebacker on him. Hey,
that ain't
he raising his hand.
That ain't be fair. And he goes up and gets it. He got strong ass hands. He goes up and get it. He don't let that ball in one of them body catchers. He extends them hands and goes get it. So when we're talking about that 10, remember when they talk about the mock draft, Sky and Law? And they were like Caleb Farr, all these people were picking, Pitts was sitting there. Dog, I'm sorry. You can't get mad at that, because what you do is if you got a Pitts at 10, after that, you just go ham nutty. You go ham dilla nutty.
I just want people to watch one game.
EPA.
Just go watch.
Just watch one game.
Just watch the Florida game versus Alabama.
I was about to say watch Alabama. I was going to say the Bama game.
The Bama game. Yeah, just watch the Bama game.
I mean,
7 receptions for 129 yards, I believe.
Watching.
And majority of those yards came on Surtain. I can only imagine if the Cowboys pick Surtain and then Pitts is there, and then we play against Pitts and we see that same thing happen again, I'll be like,
But you can't do that.
Well, you can't really do that. But you know what I'm. But I just.
That's like, you know what? We shouldn't take Trevin Diggs because Jamar Chase ate him up, and we might face Jamar Chase. Yeah, he can't. He can't do that. Can't do that. Surtain is going to. I think is going to be a really good cornerback in this league. He has all the tools. But Pitts is just different.
Different, dog.
Yeah, I saw your reasoning. You think because he's not as athletic. And
but
you got
I think
Diggs.
he's gonna be good, but you know how there's just a player. He ain't bad. He ain't like you feel me? But you know how you just feel that there's something about Surtain. I just feel it.
I think what it is he's not and pause, but he's not a sexy pick. Maybe. And what happens during this season is that we fall in love with the sexy pick, the flash. I won't say flash like they're a flash in the pan guy, but the flavor of the month, the super athletic guy, the twitchy person. Whereas here's the thing with Surtain. There's nothing really bad you can say about his game except athletically. And he's not like he's some awful athlete. He's just not a J.C. Horn athlete. He's not a Caleb Farley athlete. But to me, I'll take him as technician. I'll take his technique. I'll take his feistiness, just like, Horn has or what have you. I'll take his ability to up his game. Now, did he get beat? Sure. He got beat. All these dudes got beat. All of them. Joseph, the other flavor of the month now is Kelvin Joseph. All these dudes got beat. But I just think this cat, and a lot of people are saying this, Dane Brugler, Jeff, all these guys, he was groomed to play this position. And you see it. That's why his technique different. His daddy a all pro.
Fluidity, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I hate to say this. A lot of people don't like this, but he's my one.
Surtain?
Mm-hmm.
Do his speed kind of do you like that?
It doesn't concern me.
Quickness. He got quickness, but it's
doesn't concern me because I love what John Owning said. He makes you play to his tempo. Okay. He can dictate the route to make you play to his tempo. And really, when you think about the cover three, go any of those corners over there to cover three fast, they'll play with Dan Quinn.
Right. They're gonna all fall. Yeah, I feel what you said.
Don't play that bell technique. But I'm not trying to persuade anybody. Everybody has their flavors. Everybody has who they like. But I guarantee you, James, while he may not be your one, he's still one of your top corners in the draft.
Yeah. Like, and it's not like I'm even hating on him. You feel me? Like I'm not even hating on him. It's just something I don't know. It's just in my spirit about him. I don't know what it is. And even with Farley, I like Farley. I love J.C. Horn, but I feel like he's real grabby. That he's gonna get flagged in the league because he's really grabby. He's grabby, but I love his competitiveness. Farley is a guy, even when I talked with Jeff the other day, I love everything about Farley, but Farley, in my opinion, is like a boom or bust because he's so damn athletic. He got so many
and new.
For him. And he's new to the position because he played quarterback for a grip and then switched over because he came in solely offense. And then they switched him. And he had a little bit of injury history. But, dog, his athleticism is yucky.
You can't teach athleticism.
He yucky.
Hey, you can't go out there and say, I'm going to teach you how to run a 4.3 or teach you how to run. I think he ran sub 4.27, 4.29, something like that.
He said that when he was in high school, he ran a 4.2, but he didn't want to tell nobody because they thought he'd be lying. So he was like, I ain't telling nobody.
Right. But you can't coach that.
Watch him, dog. You see it because I've seen him a couple times. Teams trying to keep on setting him up with double moves, and they got him a few times. That makeup speed though is like, gosh.
I said it on Twitter today. I said, really, we're nitpicking these guys because I think as Cowboys fans, if you get a Surtain or a Farley, you should be happy. You should not be upset at all. You're just getting different kind of players, but at the end of the day, I think you're getting good prospects, really good prospects that have the possibility and the ability to be 10-year pros at that position and possible Pro Bowlers. So this isn't to say that I wouldn't take Farley or I wouldn't take a Horn or Kelvin Joseph. I'd take any one of those dudes.
Any one of them.
Any one of those dudes. Now, once you start getting into the third and fourth rounds of corners, I get a little bit more specific. There's certain guys I'm good on. There's a guy I like a whole hell of a lot, man, to play the slot, man, Elijah Moulton. If I can get Elijah Moulton in the second round, maybe trade back or whatever, I would love to get him to be my slot. He's a goddamn dog.
I would like
at 5'9",
he's a
you know,
beast, and he got some flexibility to go play safety.
5'9".
I would like to get. I did a video on him and I sent it to you because I think he is going to be better than his brother, is Melifonwu, because I feel like you could get him later, and I think because he could be a low key like maybe a little project for you. But 6'3", 250 pounds, and he's a lot more physical than his brother. He has range, and I feel like he can slip later on in the rounds for you. So let's say if you got maybe a Surtain early or a Farley, you could come back around, and if he was there, or like you said, Sky with Molden, if you have something like that around and you scooping them two, you feeling good.
Do you think
y'all talking my language, defense, baby?
Do you think
y'all can take Asante Samuels? I love that, you know.
Another though, but see, people are cornering him as a slot. I like him outside. But do you think that Melifonwu could have a Byron Jones type of surge because they're going to have a pro day? He is going to have. He's going to run.
He's going to test just like his brother did.
Going to run a good 40. He's going to have a good broad. Going to have a good shuttle. Don't be shocked.
He might get overdrafted.
Don't be shocked if he goes number 28, number 29, number 27, 31. You know what I'm saying? Don't be shocked.
He may get overdrafted by those measurables, but hopefully they'll be like, and a little caution because we seen your brother, so we're going to be a little cautious.
Wink said we should be happy if we get Pitts. Yeah, I'm not going to be mad if we get – dog, Pitts is a ridiculous talent. My whole gripe is I don't hate the player. Love the player. It's a beast. I hate the game in the sense that if we take Pitts, as a tight end, I don't trust the Cowboys to use him the appropriate way. Since when have you ever seen Dallas use a tight end like Kelsey?
Right.
Never. They got this history, the way they use their guys, they're inline wide guys. And I know, Law, you did a video of Pitts blocking. Pitts is not an inline guy. He's not a full-time inline guy. He would literally have to play so many more snaps, in my opinion, split, because that's how you take advantage of them.
But you know what they're going to do with it? But you know the Cowboys got their eyes set on Hunter Long, though. You know, that's what they said coming out of that.
Who's that?
The guy, I think, from Boston College.
Tight end?
Tight end. They like
why are they eyes
set
up?
Is he fitting that same mold of the Schultz and them?
6'5".
Let me tell you something.
See, there you go.
Eyes should not be set on a tight end. Pitts is it's just, I don't want to say it's just like
or nothing else.
Yeah, wait.
250.
Eyes set on tight end for.
Pitts or nothing else. If you do Pitts or nothing else.
I'm gonna type his name in the chat so y'all can look him up. Hunter.
If you ain't getting Pitts and he's not gonna be a flex as a tight end, you don't even need to look at one until maybe 7th round.
Stevie made a good point. He said we have Luna Wells now. Stevie, Luna does not control how they use Evan Ingram. That will be offensive coordinator. But he says we have Luna Wells, and they never used Evan Ingram right when he was there. But Evan Ingram played pretty well in Luna. Lunda, I think is how you say it.
Wells, yeah.
It's more so of how the Cowboys franchise uses tight ends. They're mostly inline guys. That's what they like. And a top 10 pick, he has to be a receiver or a tight end. He has to be my number 1 or number 2 option on offense. Guess what, fellas? Is Ezekiel Elliott going anywhere?
Hell no.
Is Amari Cooper going anywhere?
No.
Nope.
Is CeeDee Lamb going anywhere?
Nope.
So at best, your number 10 overall pick is going to be your 3rd or 4th option for at least 2 years. I don't like that. I don't like that. If I'm taking the receiver or a tight end at the top, that man needs the offense is revolving around him, or he's going to be a major part of the offense. So it's not the player. I hate the game. That's all.
Oh, and then we got to look at it on how Kellen Moore utilized, the system too. What is
he likes
strategy?
he likes this tight ends in line. Now Blake has split out. He split out, and that's what I'm sure Pitts would do. But I think Blake is a mismatch in line. He is. He's faster than what a lot of people think. He might not ran a 4.4, but on that field, guess what? He's going up against a linebacker that ran a 4.7. so he's running by those guys. And you want to talk about catch radius, we forget Blake is about 6'6" as well. And in my opinion, has the best hands on the team. He's dropped one ball.
He doesn't drop passes.
And drop
The
passes.
year we lost to the Saints, when they finally started utilizing him in the middle of the field, I said, man, he's a mismatch tool.
He's a
right
mismatch.
there.
He is a mismatch. It's just that I'm not trying to say this dude is like a Kittle or Kelsey S, but I guarantee you, if he played full 16 games this year, he would have been a top 5 tight end, productivity wise.
And you know what else though? What you were saying, Sky, and I was feeling you. I just feel like Dallas is still we just too basic with it. Even when we have an offense that's explosive, it still to me be like basic sometimes. And it's like it's when you get a player like a Pitts or you get one of them players. I don't care what kind of offense you was running or what you run. You get a player. It's like I've coached. I've got players where I
figure it
had
out.
I've had players where we were doing, before the season started, you know how you get all your guys and you're practicing, and then you just get this one player and you're like, look, dog, this is what I was running, but now I have him. I'm about to do something totally different now. And that's what you do. Because this dude is so good, we ain't going to run this same type of offense with this dude because I can do different stuff. Yeah. So let me get in the lab and figure out new stuff for him and packages. That's what I feel like we don't do. We don't get a guy who's dynamic and then we don't like, come on, man, let's put him in spots and be creative. Like if we get a defensive player that is, you can move him. We don't get creative enough to put him in the spot to let him be
definitely explosive. On defense. Definitely
and I hate it. Like you get a guy that could be a dog, make him explosive, make him be where you like this dude. We ain't putting him right here. He gonna be here. He gonna be here. He gonna be here. You ain't gonna never know where the hell he gonna be, and you ain't gonna never know what the hell we doing. We are bland. Yeah. We are bland as hell in Dallas.
Andy Reid does that, But the thing, it kind of goes back to what I talked about before, y'all, is where have a plan. Right. In my opinion, have some type of plan for these type of guys. If you're going into the draft saying, okay, there's a possibility I may get Pitts, don't get caught with your pants down. Like you take Pitts and then you try to use him to play in line 85% of the time. Like don't do that because you're like, I don't know what to do with him, so I'm just going to do what I do with the rest of my tight ends.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Have a plan. Have some forward thinking, which we know this front office does not have. Because if they did, your off-ball linebacker with one leg wouldn't have been paid. Your running back wouldn't have been paid. Your quarterback wouldn't be sitting here on franchise tag. We wouldn't have ran the same 90s offense for the last 10 goddamn years. But that's neither here nor there. This franchise doesn't really have too many plans. Real quick.
Super chat.
Got a super chat from Lamont. Appreciate you, $4.99. He says, remember Mike coached Jermichael Finley, and he was a weapon until that neck injury. And give me Surtain Jr. and Samuel Jr. signed 2-1 techs and a safety. Lot of stuff there. He's right though. Jermichael Finley was a beast. I actually did a tight end video right after we hired McCarthy last year. If you actually look at his resume, RDB, Jermichael Finley, Richards, and missing one. Oh, Jimmy Graham.
Yeah,
he's had productive tight ends. Here's the problem: a lot of people might look at some of those numbers and say, "What? Aaron Rodgers didn't like." Because he gave Tunyon a ton of touchdowns. But Aaron Rodgers back then when he had Cobb and I always forget the wide receiver's name out there. What's his name? Jordy Nelson, Donald Driver, Greg Jennings. He didn't really need to utilize a tight end as much. Look at Tunyon this year. Opposite of
getting the ball though, Sky.
Right, but not if you look at, because some people say, well, if you do look at the numbers, it's not consistent. It's not a consistent. Everyone, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Look at the players he brought in. He will want to bring in guys to perform, but Aaron Rodgers doesn't like the tight end as much because he really probably didn't have to because of the receivers. But if you go look at the receivers in Green Bay now, opposite of Adams, who do you have? Why you think you saw Tunyon get so many touchdowns?
Tunyon. And some guy named Lizard.
Lizard and Scalini.
Oh, yes, that's the other one I forgot. Jared Cook. How can I forget Jared Cook?
Yeah.
But you know why Mike McCarthy know how to do those tight ends pretty well?
That's a West Coast offense.
Yeah, West Coast, but also he played tight end while he was in college. So, I mean, I think that's probably be a nod for like a tight end. And if he can get his hands, like we never got a chance to see the full fruits of the labor with Blake Jarwin because we saw a few plays during there was just the smaller snippets that we could see
Yeah.
during training camp. We're like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Blake Jarwin here, and Schultz is surprising us. So it could be a correlation that Mike McCarthy is working with these guys on their routes concepts and where they're supposed to be at, and like. I hate to use this as and of course we know the Super Bowl, the offensive line was terrible for Pat Mahomes, but when you look back at the game, they only use Kelsey when he run those deep routes. It's deep crossers, deep drags across,
Oh,
the
they use him
middle.
all over the damn field,
They try to use him all over the place, but majority of his throws was concepts with playing off the fact that you got Tyreek Hill. It was not a lot of creativity in that Super Bowl game. Of course, because of
Well,
the
in the
offensive
game,
line.
but there's creativity in general with Kelsey. They don't just utilize Kelsey in one way at all. Hell, he was getting handoffs.
Right. What I'm talking about, well, as far as making the necessary adjustments in that particular
In the
game.
Super Bowl, okay.
Yeah, in the Super Bowl. Yeah, just that isolation there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, this is some great stuff so far. Y'all want to end this with a hashtag late night hype right quick?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Y'all want to do hashtag late night hype squad?
Yeah,
Let's
man.
go.
All right, here's what we going to do. We're going to hit them with the sting one more time, and we're going to come back with the hashtag late night hype to end this beautiful show.
To the left.
And I might play that just chilling.
Yeah. I mean, that might be in the background.
Yeah.
We already got some coming in, man. Look, I love this segment. Already,
Yep.
Wink with the hashtag late night hype. Should I get some music in the back? I got some music already.
Sure.
Wink said, would y'all take a 4th round pick for Dalton Schultz? Remember, we picked him in the 4th, I think.
I'm not for it.
I'm thinking about that a little bit.
Ugh.
But then,
No,
but then we don't have depth in.
Right.
I don't know, man. I think he's
we had
he's
I would
valuable.
do it if we had another guy in the wings, but since we really don't have
Right,
another guy
right.
in the wings, Blake is coming off the injury. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I like his value. I'm good. I'll keep him.
Keep him.
Keep him.
He could teeny if they want. He could teeny for 4.
But you know what? I forgot. We're turning the hashtag late night hype in a battle between Law and James. Remember? We're going.
Oh,
We're gonna do that. Yeah. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to that.
But appreciate the donation over there. Whoever made that $10 holla, appreciate you.
Yeah. Let
In
me
the words of the big game.
get some beats in the background here.
About to get it, Law.
Let's get some beats here. All right, here we go. Hashtag late night hype. Who would you take with your first 3 picks? James.
Who? Okay, I'm gonna say this: Caleb Farley, Marvin Wilson, and I'll take Baron Browning.
Okay. Caleb. Marvin Wilson, Baron Browning. I can give you some points on that. How about you, Law?
All right, Slater, Barmore, and let's go double dip with
Slater, who's your first? Oh, okay, Rashawn Slater. Wow, so you got Barmore falling to 40 something?
Barmore ain't falling, Barmore ain't falling that far, dog.
Barmore kid probably fall to the second round.
To 40 something?
Yeah.
No, Slayton. We don't have to. What pick we have at the second?
But we're agreeing that Barmore is the number 1 DT likely.
He's not dropping to 44.
And you think you're gonna fall? That's rough. That's a hard fall.
Did you say Diggs not dropping to the second round last year?
You know what? I gotta cut the music for this one.
I want that round.
James won this. We didn't even let him get his. We didn't even let him get his 3rd pick. As soon as he said Barmore in the second round, like, what?
Now, if it happened, I want to redeem these
Hey,
points.
listen. If it happened,
we'll be like, my
if
bad,
it happened,
Yup,
I'll
yup.
be like, yeah. I'm gonna call a friend. Next time, I'm gonna call a friend. I'm gonna call a friend that's in the chat.
I'm telling y'all something right now. Y'all have to stick around for the draft show. It's going to be so much fun, man. So many moments. Somebody said off beat. My bad. There must have been multiple beats going there. All right. So obviously we are hashtag late night hype, but when there is a super chat, we have to talk about the super chat. So therefore, there's a $10 donation. Let's get into that super chat.
Super chat.
Tampa Bay fan. His name is Tope Daddy. Tampa Bay fan here. He says, saw Doug Williams play Danny White in the 80s playoff before San Francisco in the catch. Mark my words, the boys and the champs in the season. Kickoff on Thursday. Raise the flags. Take care, all. I think that might happen. Cowboys, Tampa Bay open up the season.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah, you know they're going to do it because they want to make money.
Mm-hmm. All right, Dak Prescott says, hashtag late night hype. Would you be mad if the Cowboys signed Malik Hooker on a 1-year prove-it deal?
Hell no.
Law.
No. I'd like to see the hooker out there.
The only thing about this Malik Hooker thing is he's been super injured. He hasn't been regular injured. He's been super injured.
True.
So, like, he doesn't have regular injuries. He had knees, ankles.
Is it Sean Lee's injuries or is it more of the LVEs type?
Hamstrings. Like, so he don't have normal injuries. If it's a prove-it deal, it better be super cheap.
I'm just still tripping on it. I like to see a hooker out. Retarded, man. My guy Sosa says, Sky, hashtag late night hype. What's your hoodie say? It says always repping my boys. Let me get a close up on this, John.
Oh, I like that.
Always repping my boys. That is, you can find this on our site, Die Harder Apparel on Teespring. It's in the the description. So go check that out, man. I'm about to get me a white one of these too, and a blue one. I'm about to have a whole bunch of these, John. So make sure
it don't say sometimes. It don't say sometimes. It don't say maybe. It says always.
Always. You can, like I said, you can find that in the Die Hard Apparel, man. So make sure you check that out, man. All right, let me get another hashtag late night hype. Jim Law says, Gallup for Quinnen from the Jets. I mean, I'm letting y'all go.
Bye. See ya. Peace. Hurry up and call, I'm pack your bags today. See you later.
Yeah.
Hurry up.
You having reservations, Law? You having reservations?
I don't got no reservation for that. Bye.
Is it straight up?
Straight up.
That's what Jim Law said. Gallup for Quinnen from the Jets.
Bye.
That's not even.
Why not?
That's not even that's a no-brainer. You'll get, I believe.
So that means the Cowboys drafted Kyle Pitts, huh?
Touche. There you go. You're probably right. Even if they don't, I still take it. I mean, just off of the pure economical point of it, they're both good players. I think Quinnen plays a more valuable position for what we need. But Quinnen has, I believe, 3 more years left on his contract if you include the 5th-year option, whereas Gallup's a free agent after next year. So, here I go with him. Hey, Cowboy Marty, I really want to read this, but out of respect to the ladies in the house, I ain't going to do it. But what I'm going to do is just say it this way. Hashtag late night hype. Did y'all enjoy, and I use in quotations, enjoy your Valentine's Day? And not just everybody. It's on everybody. I hope they enjoy their Valentine's.
Hey, just go look at my page on my. I posted what me and Boo Thing was doing.
Oh, I saw that, Joe.
Law is outnumbered over here, so I enjoyed it.
Just go look at the picture. That's what me and Boo Thing was doing. 024, baby.
Hashtag late night hype. Wink said, bring back Around the Hood with Big Game James and Law Nation. Is that a segment?
Around the
Hood. There it is. See, Wink.
Oh my goodness.
Just started something.
Oh my goodness. Around
the Hood.
Whoa.
That is dope.
Around the Hood.
Cliff.
I got so many.
Jim Law said hashtag late night hype. Oh, well, we already did that one, Jim Laws. We already did that one. Look for the hashtags. All right, Wink again. Cowboys have 2 third-round picks. What would be the ideal picks in the 3rd round? That's where it gets a little tricky when you get down there.
Ideal 3rd picks. I would like a ideal 3rd pick for me too is Aleem McNeil falling from NC State, big boy.
I'll go position. I like DT there. I think that's a sweet spot there because I do think that position.
Yeah, you don't want to wait too long.
You don't want to wait too long, right?
Yeah,
and tackle.
Yeah. And hold up. And somebody mentioned this and they said I would get Slater at 10. I was on that, not really on that train, but I was really looking at Slater because I like Slater. But then I went back and looked through this draft. There's a gang of offensive tackles in this draft, dog. You ain't got to jump out there.
Yeah, Connor was talking about, but let's be. But I do. If Sewell happens to be there,
yeah, for sure. But what I'm saying is, if you don't, you could still get a tackle in this draft.
Y'all know how I feel about Tyron, so I'm not even really tripping about tackle there unless it's the BPA.
Y'all know how I feel about Tyron.
I mean, in the sense of I think he plays next year.
Like Big Game James
for the future, I don't know.
And Sky, if y'all can just pick one player, guarantee one player, who will it be then out of this 2021 draft, regardless?
Who would I want or
guarantee I want?
Ultimately, like if you got the first pick, basically, who would you get?
For the Cowboys?
For the Cowboys, you got one player. You don't matter what the draft order is. Not talking about draft order. Who is your favorite player out of the 2021 draft?
I'll grab my little hair.
So far, out of everybody that I've looked at so far, who's my favorite one?
That you know for sure that can help this team out.
I'm in my answer, but they're gonna be
mad. See how tough it is, baby.
I have an answer.
Now there's players I haven't looked at, so I can't say that. You feel me?
It's still too early.
I'm gonna say for the players, I'm gonna just go by the players I looked at because I can't say that because if I look at another player, like, oh, Law, we gotta rewind the show and shit, gotta edit that out. But right now, I can't lie, and this might be totally wrong. But dog, I was really nervous about Marvin Wilson because I was like, does he run hot and cold? And, he regressed last year, but he had a knee injury. But I'm telling you, dog, I like Marvin Wilson a lot. If we're talking about D tackles, I like McNeil, but I like him because I feel like he can help. And he went back to school, and his nickname is, oh, my God, Real Life Goon. I love that. His nickname is Real Life Goon. I like him. I like him. And if he continues to run hot, I think he could really be good with Dallas because he knows what he's doing. Rarely do you see these D tackles in this draft. I'm not saying rarely, but when them guys come off the line, they already putting that hand in that chest. They know where to redirect you, and they're violent with their hands. And this a lot of guys weren't doing that, and he knows how to do that. He violent with them hands, dog. He violent.
So that's your favorite player. So is a question.
Oh, JOK, let me stop.
I was just about to say Jeremiah Owusu
so many needs,
mother Koamoa. No, let me go because that's
okay. You can have it. I'll take Wilson. You can have JOK.
You want to talk about if I can get one more sucker that will improve this defense.
You love JOK.
Jeremiah Owusu mother Koamoa because he's a weapon.
He's nasty.
And listen, if they take him at 10, guess who's gonna be the only happy motherfucker? Probably me.
No, I won't be mad at that. The only thing, and I know you made that post, and it will say with Darius Leonard.
I just tweeted it, but
I mean, where you answered boss's post when you showed those guys with the body frame saying it can happen. I still worry about it. I just worry about it, but it's not something that's would sway me, Sky. You feel me? Because he's one of them players, Sky and Law. When you watch certain players and they don't think on the field, and you're like, how do they do that?
How
do they do that? He don't think on the field. It's all instinct. He don't think. He don't think. It just it's all he's. And he ain't scared.
This dude
as process.
He will take on a 330 and go right into you. And
JOK is Weapon X. He's the new version of Weapon X.
Yeah,
What do you want him to do? You want him to go cover a slot receiver? Go cover one. You want him to go cover the tight end? Go cover one. You want him to run around, play star? He could do that. You want him to go play safety? He could do that. You want to play linebacker? He could do that. He is Weapon X. He is what this, in my opinion, what linebackers are going to start to become.
We ain't gonna play him right though, Sky.
You're not. Well, you ain't got to play him right. Just literally put him on the field. Just put him on the field. That's how I feel. Put him on the field because I think he could be a better player than a Jalen Smith in not that long. It might take a year.
What do you mean? He'd be now.
Oh, well, some people come on here and be like, I ain't got 1,000 tackles.
If you drafted him and we was talking about the way the defense goes now, you're rarely having 3 linebackers on the field. You're really just having 2 most of the time because you're playing in those dime and nickels and defenses. So one of them linebackers, you know, me and Jeff was on there, and he was like, cut Jalen and bring in JOK.
I don't care what you do. I don't even care if you don't cut him. JOK, you put him on this defense, you can do so many things with them.
Craziest thing is he's there at 10. He'll be there at 10.
He is.
And you asked the question, who would I want if I could make one pick to help the Cowboys? It's JOK.
He's going to be there at 10.
So what people need to do, everybody in the chat, y'all need to go to the DallasCowboys.com and just JOK.
I mean, but if you don't pick him, I'm gonna sit here and be all pissy. But I don't like to have too many pet cats or whatever. But man, listen, I'm enamored with the guy because he's just so fast. He's so quick, and like James said, he's instinctual. He sees plays. I mean, he's not a Sean Lee, but sometimes you're like, how the hell? Because he looked like that in the sense of with his IQ,
he just knows that athletic is oozy.
And I'm gonna address the situation that Boss. He said, Boss said, name me 4 players JOK's built that had success or was success stories in the NFL. I said, he's not traditional. Neither is the NFL. But if you go look at a Darius Leonard, he's 6'2". He got down to 220 pounds. He said, I'm used to playing between 215 and 220 my whole career. And he didn't want to get up to 230 like he did, but he got hurt. Telvin Smith is 6'3", 215. Ryan Shazier was 6'1" or 6'2", 220 something. Deion Jones is 6'1", 222 pounds.
What was his situation?
Well, he's different. No, Zay
no,
he's not 215, 220 pounds. He's like 6'4", 240 or something like that.
Yeah, he's different.
But my response to that was, there are players that have been successful in this league at that size. I mean, Dwayne Buchanan's another one who's a hybrid safety linebacker guy. You got to use him right, obviously, right? But my thing is that JOK could come in and do the similar things that those guys did.
Right.
James brings up a point. Will the Cowboys use him correctly? That's a good point. I just say put him on the damn field. That was a great question from you. I think you brought that up.
Yeah,
Hey, we got a super chat from Lamont.
Yep, I was about to definitely hit that.
Okay,
super chat.
Boom, go ahead.
Oh, he says, man, I wish we could find our Marcus Stroud.
Oh, I love them.
Oh, my God.
I love Stroud and Henderson.
Don't bring that up to me, Lamont. You're just going to make me mad. John Henderson, those are the boys back in the day. Dog, that Jag line, when they did them 2 in the middle, both of them 6'7".
I used to get them on Madden all the time.
Play Sky, didn't we play with a Madden all the time?
All
you seen
the time.
Henderson, Stroud, 6'7", 6'7". You're not getting there. And they was dogs.
What happened to Mr. President 6060? I don't know what happened to you, bro, but shout out to you. Good night, man. He said, I've been rocking with y'all for a while now, but C must have said something. I don't know.
What happened?
I don't know, man. Got to read that comment. You all good over here on this way, Mr. President? I'm not sure what happened, bro.
What happened?
What happened, Mr. President?
I'm not sure, brother. I'm not sure. All right, man. We got through as many as we can get through. I'm trying to go back, make sure we didn't miss
You won, big game, James. Man, what you want, a cookie?
Yep.
What you want, man?
I want a edible cookie.
I think what did it was when you said Barmore in the second round. I just
when you did that when you lost. You know you
but
lost
you made up for it with a great question.
You came back with it. He came back like he did a 360 quick, but when you said Barmore for you're like, you lost.
But when it happened, I'm gonna tell you, man, you owe me some push-ups or something, bro.
It happens, dog. I swear, I
got 50 for you.
50. I'm gonna say 50. I'm gonna real push-ups now.
Yeah. Oh, come on now. You know I ain't need no push-ups, Lord. Don't do
Slim
that.
fit.
Slim fit, knuckle.
Slim fit.
You know I ain't cheating on them push-ups, Lord.
Oh man, I can't wait to the draft, man. We was so crunk, 5-6 hour shows, man. Oh my goodness.
That ain't gonna be nothing now. We didn't already did regular shows 5-6 hours, so that ain't gonna be nothing now. That's gonna be like an hour.
Honestly, it didn't feel like it was 5-6 when we was doing it. You know, it was a lot of we put a lot in it. I can't wait because it's going to be even better. I can't wait for that job.
Oh my goodness.
All right, man. Let me see
Buttercream.
Buttercream.
Any parting shots on the way out? I was gonna read this one, but I can't really understand that one. But
just my parting shot. Everybody be safe out there.
Yep.
Texas, all the other states, because it is crazy with this weather. Yeah, just be safe, man. And people who don't have power, just praying for you, man, because we had it out here years ago where we had a blizzard. We had to stay in a hotel for like 4 days because everything was frozen in our crib. It was so bad. So I know what it's like. So just be safe out there. Be careful, bundle up, and just take care. And I think that's it for me.
Yeah.
I'm reading this comment. You know what, Stevie, you funny. He said, "Don't worry, y'all. We'll make pronunciation cards for Sky for this draft." It don't matter.
Zoo nigga.
Oh my gosh, I forgot about
Hey, did he play for the Buccaneers?
Zoo nigga.
Did he get drafted for the Buccaneers?
People were here.
That Zoo nigga might got him a ring. Did he? Y'all look it up.
Can we please give context to these people?
Let me look up and see what team he got drafted to, though, man. For real.
It was the Jets.
What was his first name?
It was the Jets.
And he was for Florida, Zoo nigga, right?
Dog, I have to give context to these people because they probably think, what is happening right now?
What's going on, man?
I promise you that is his name.
That's his name, man.
That's his name.
Go get the context. But y'all sure he on the Jets, though, right?
We're starting, man. Oh, it was so funny. Oh, that was so funny. That was funny. I love that part of the draft.
Man, but Benny and the Jets.
Press this damn button, dog.
Yeah.
It's a late night hype. Oh, man. Thank y'all for joining us, man. All the mods, all the donations. Appreciate it. A whole lot. We really love you guys, man. Have fun tonight. We turned water into wine tonight, y'all. And y'all helped us, man. Appreciate y'all. A whole hell of a lot. We're going to rock out to the outro, too, now. Yes, sir. Big Game James, Skywalker Still, Law Nation. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate you.
Love y'all.
Mama, I love you. I know you watching. I ain't cussing. That's his name for real.
That is his name.
That boy good.